Vamos lá, pessoal, chegamos. Sejam todos bem-vindos a mais uma live do canal. Tava atrasadaço hoje. Então hoje vai ser jogo rápido, né? Toda vez que eu falo isso, nunca é jogo rápido, né? Nunca a gente fica menos de 3 horas de gameplay, né? Então a gente tá começando a semana de lives aqui no canal. E, como sempre, estamos começando com Final Fantasy XVI. Esse aí que está na tela. Esse que vos fala, que vos olha, que vos agride com a sua história emocionante. Então, sem mais delongas, a gente vai continuar a história. Na última live a gente fez praticamente só caçada e side quest. A gente conversou um pouquinho, andou um pouquinho na história principal, mas a gente parou antes de começar a parte da missão mesmo, o conflito da missão, né? Então a gente vai continuar a partir daí hoje e vamos já trocar aqui para minha tela mágica e a gente começa já essa brincadeira, né? Vou fazer só minha verificação rápida, jogo rápido, como sempre, né? Porque seguro morreu de velho. Então, beleza, vamos liberar o áudio do jogo. Então, perfeito, ó. Podemos começar, já vamos começar aqui, ó. Bonitinho, gostosinho. Ih, meu OBS tá tiltadaço. Mas tá bom, tá funcionando. Por enquanto não deu pau ainda não, né? Vamos ver como é que tá essa brincadeira. Pera aí, deixa eu fazer um teste rapidinho aqui, antes da gente começar. Deixa eu só mudar pra minha câmera rapidão, pra gente ver o que tá pegando aqui, pra ver se tá tudo certo, né? Aparentemente está tudo ok. O OBS tá trabalhando pesado hoje, hein? Certinho, tudo certinho. Ou não, não sei. Pera aí, vamos lá. Vamos voltar pro jogo aqui, vamos voltar pra essa tela aqui. A gente vê um negócio aqui rapidinho, deixa eu ver o que tá drenando essa energia do OBS aqui. Deixa eu fechar isso aqui. Desnecessário. Que mais? Aparentemente tá tudo bem, né? Deixa eu fechar minha câmera e abrir de novo. Cadê minha câmera? Pronto. Ok. Tá, beleza. Vamos continuar, vamos embora. Segue o baile. Caraca, passar um helicóptero em cima da minha cabeça aqui agora. Então, peraí. O que eu vou fazer aqui rapidinho? Só um minutinho. Deixa eu ver aqui. Deixa eu monitorar. Jogo rápido aqui. Taranã. Deixa a musiquinha rolando enquanto isso. Tá bom, podemos ir embora, né? Então é isso, embora. Agora o que a gente tem que fazer aqui? Tá, agora a gente tem que ir pra fundição. O mapa. Mundo, agora a gente tem que vir aqui pra fundição. É isso. O que tá pegando aqui? Deu pau aqui no negócio aqui. Hoje tá foda, hein? Tá demais. Pronto. Vamos lá, fundição. Aí.
Clive? My dad had it all worked out.
He'd be proud of you, Mid. His writings may have helped, but this achievement is all yours. Can we catch them?
The Ainayar's one of the largest, fastest vessels ever built. And it won't help she has the wind at her back. Any other ship would be hard-pressed to keep pace with her, let alone reel her in. But this isn't any other ship. This is the Enterprise! And the world's never seen anything like my dad's engine.
It certainly hasn't.
Clive, what do you know of Barnabas Thumb?
Only what the bards sing. That he sailed to Ash from southern lands. That it was his mastery of the blade which won him the throne. And that his sword, Odin's sword, can sever the very threads of creation. But don't lose any sleep over a last tilt. We'll do what we must to survive.
What we must.
The light!
I thought this cove was meant to be hidden.
Mid! Company!
Eh?
We'll hold them off until the ship is ready. But hurry!
Bollocks! All hands! Man your stations!
Ó, até o Torgon foi pra cima. Maravilhoso.
Everyone with me?
A família unida.
Here they come. Mid needs every moment we can give her.
Behind me, Lord Rosfield. I'll take care of these fuckers.
Behind you? I'll have you know earth-breaking here. One struck fear into the heart of every man in the Quintas.
thought you said that ship was fast!
Engasgadada, pô. A engasgada mortal. O Byron tá em forma.
That was easy enough.
All right, you lousy lot. Get your asses on board. She's ready to sail.
You heard the captain? Clive?
Ih, voltou? Que isso?
But I thought he was...
Confounded. Then it is as I feared. Sleipnir is no man, but a creation of Odin.
Eita! Caralho! Exército de Sleipnir.
Phoenix's fiery fundament. Have you no normal enemies?
No!
Up for another round?
Of course we are. Right, Lord Rosfield? My boy, there was a time people called me the Executioner. Those are my eyes. No matter, heads will roll all the same.
Mate! New plan! You leave! We follow!
Follow? Swimming, are you? Oh, bother me! Weigh anchor! Engine's dead slow ahead!
Have care, my friends. 'Tis not blood that runs through an Odin's veins. These foes will not fall easily.
But they will fall. Like oaks before a woodman's axe. Good thing I brought one!
How long are we meant to keep this up?
As long as it takes. Unless you have a better idea.
Well, I've already killed at least 5 of the bastards. Fuck it. Let's do the lot.
Should we make for the ship?
Not yet. Wait for my signal. Get him. Too slow.
In your own time, Clive!
Right, run for it!
Oh. Oh, tio. Porra. Irado. 3.805 mais 200.
Now, mate!
Alright, engine full ahead! And hold on tight!
A Mid parece uma véia maluca gritando. Estreito de Náudia. Errar. Oh, Jill. Ih, ó o homem.
What do you want?
That's quite a mess you've made. And wholly unnecessary. You are my offering to Mythos. I would not see you damaged.
Caralho. Cidades Livres de Canva. Enterprise.
Now back to your stations! Every bell spent treading water puts another league between us and the galleon.
Caralho, ela tá arrancando o couro da galera, bicho.
I don't suppose Mid has a spare engine? Since you rose from the grave, my fortunes have plummeted. Are you absolutely certain of this quest of yours, Clive? The foes you face are as terrible as they are numerous.
Aye. And they'd have us live and die on their terms, which should answer your question.
Ah! You have that same stubborn look as your father did when he set his mind to something. On the battlefield, I am but a single axe. A deadly one, mind, but a single one nonetheless. Yet what you require is 1,000, and I believe my old friend in Randalar can provide them. Take care, Clive. I have many more tales of your father's exploits to share. And I cannot very well do that if you're dead. Again.
Good luck, Uncle. And may fair winds attend you.
As for you, Joshua, Take care.
I shall do my best, Uncle.
Farewell, my nephews. When next you see me, it shall be with an army at my back.
Caralho, esse cara é muito bom, cara. O tio Byron é um personagem maravilhoso.
Cheerio! Oh, yeah. Do keep up, my boy.
Well, you can't have him showing us up now, can we?
We would never hear the end of it.
Orla Gêmeas, Sacro Império Sambrek.
Greek of mercy. All this. What have I done?
Botou fogo em tudo, meu filho. Tacou o aço na galera.
My lord.
A menininha das ervas? É ela mesmo. A gente saiu do porto, da fundição e tá no Estreito de Náudia.
There's a lot of sea between here and Waloed, but any ship heading north has to round Zemeckis and put through the Narrow. Maintain our current bearing north-northeast, and we'll catch the Black Galleon before she vanishes again.
What's to prevent her from circling around Ash from the south?
With these winds in those waters, it's taken forever and a fortnight to reach Stone here.
Mid knows what she's talking about, Clive. Better than any of us lot, anyway. I say we do as she tells.
Sails on the horizon.
She's ours.
Caralho, a menina virou uma pirata do nada, mano.
Look alive, boys! Full ahead! And keep those furnaces fed!
Do you feel that?
Jill.
All hands! Battle stations! Let's see what this girl can do.
Nó. Se esse Barnabas decide cortar o barco, hein?
Where one leads, so does the other follow. The bond of consciousness which joins them condemning both to the same fate. Yet my every attempt to strike it from their hearts serves only to tighten its hold. Fascinating. But then, there is naught my blade cannot sever.
água. A skin do Torgo até saiu, bicho. Acho que a água lavou, né?
It's now or never.
I'll find her.
Caraca.
Bloody hell! How disturbing!
Entrando do redemoinho, vambora.
Where did you hide her, Barnabas?
Over here! All yours, Torgal! This one. Throw, Torgal! Nice try. Nice try.
Rumble fight at last. You're all going to die. Watch us, Bill.
I need to hurry.
Keeps him alive!
Hold on. I'm coming. For both of you.
Extra shotguns! Over here! Sickle!
Jill!
You came.
Get back!
Clive, how did you...
I'll explain later. Hands. Can you walk?
Out of here I can.
Stand still!
Phoenix. Are you not the dominant of fire? I see naught before me but a guttering flame.
Nossa, e apelou. O cotô de 6 patas.
In earnest then?
Meu irmão, o Odin é muito apelão. Tá maluco. Olha isso. Nossa. Caraca, o Barnabas é vida louca demais, bicho. Olha aí, bicho. Capotou o barco.
Can you go on?
I think so.
Caraca, o homem é sinistro mesmo, bicho. Cortou a água, nem mexe.
To where?
What did you do to Joshua?
The Phoenix? Oh, I expect he will survive. This consciousness in which you coil your feeble souls is grown thick with desperation. And thus has my master turned to my blade. The world will soon be painted in black. And all that live shall gather in death's autumn wake.
Not if we remove the cause of this misery. Not if we destroy the last of the Mother Crystals and restore balance to the world.
Come. Do you truly think it's so simple? The blight is inevitable. Not even the Almighty might stop its endless march. Your efforts will avail us naught. Naught, that is, but suffering. You must embrace the truth, Mythos. Accept your place with the Lord.
Keep it. As long as there's a chance, there's a choice.
Ever led astray by your blind resolve.
Now, it is time you learn the inevitability of your divine fate. However much it may hurt.
Get as far away as you can.
Clive, no.
Trust me, Jill.
Caralho, de duas formas. Nossa.
We don't have to do this.
Oh, but we do. If only to remind you of your duty.
In the short time since our last meeting, you have grown much.
Yet as a vessel, I fear my lord will still find you lacking.
this fire and fury. And for what? Stopping the blight. A foolish notion fed to you by a foolish man.
How dare you?
You know naught of this world nor of our place in it. If our fates were so easily rewritten, we would all be gods. Are you ready? I have seen enough. If reason cannot sway you, there are
Nossa
other
Senhora.
means of persuasion that might. Cast off your shields. Rise with us. Hold your thought.
Fudeu!
And thus is the light of hope severed.
Fala, Lendio, tudo bom? Caralho, hoje é muito bom, cara.
You would yield so soon.
Never.
Clive!
Do you not see? Your iron will weighs you down, dragging you ever further from your purpose.
And what is my purpose?
Mythos. Who are we? What are the dominants? The breath of the Creator still warm on our lips. We carry his light that we might guide the masses in his name. We are but mighty acts of God.
We are more than that.
You would be nothing without what he has granted you. The power we wield is his, and yet every time we draw upon it, it wears away at our very being. It breaks us. It unmakes us, that its immaculate aspect might reveal itself. The Eikon. It is too much for even his chosen few. Apart from you, Mythos. You wield the might of many, yet your body does not answer for its avarice.
What are you saying?
What I am saying is that we dominants are a means to an end. We were created for you, that you might drink deep of our strength and thereby fulfill your divine purpose.
Which is?
To feed. As you would know, could you only look beyond the walls of your prison of self-regard. As long as you choose to ignore this, you shall never penetrate my defenses. Still, you may take solace in the fact that you are not alone in your plight. The chains of volition shackle all of mankind, but there is yet cause to rejoice. For the Lord, in his mercy, has taken pity on his flawed creations, and shall see them restored to their proper forms.
And what exactly would that be?
Why, loyal servants to God.
No.
Manners, Lord Rosfield? They are men, like you and me. Albeit ones unburdened by the wills that drive our kind to madness. They are pure. They are divine.
You mean to turn everyone Akashic?
Not turn, Mythos. Turn back. For too long has mankind been led astray by their clamorous wills. It is time they return to a world of quiet equality, where they might once more know salvation.
Salvation! And abandon everything we hold dear!
We don't need your salvation. We'll save ourselves, and we'll do it on our own terms. Not yours, and not your gods!
With every defiant expression of your will, the tighter the chains of consciousness become. But perhaps that fact may be put to use.
Clive!
The faster it binds you to the remaining dominance, the stronger your hunger will become. Until it leads you back to the only answer there ever was. Mayhap not by the path my master intended, but back all the same.
Ash is not far. I could freeze a path.
You're in no fit state.
Probably not, but I can try. Don't look back!
Coitada da Júpiter. Clive foi superado, maluco. Tomou um aço aí. Caprichado do Dr. Odin.
I hope the others are safe.
The Enterprise was clear of the gap when we fell. They made it, Jill. And they will have seen the ice where it led. We need only wait till dawn.
Tomara que o YouTube não derrube isso aí.
Barnabas has bested me. I'm powerless against him.
And maybe there really is nothing else for it but to give yourself to his master. Only you won't do that. The Clive I know would never do that.
So you believe? But do you really know me? If what Barnabas said was true, then I'm more monster than man. And each time I summon the flames from within, I burn away the things that make me who I am.
Do you, though? Think of what you've used that power for. Of all the people you've saved. It doesn't matter how or by whom it was granted, only how you choose to use it. And you've chosen to use it for good, haven't you?
I've also used it to kill. What if that's that's my purpose? What if it's all I'm good for?
You're still that same boy I grew up with. Always so eager to save everyone around you, and yet always so alone. Because you failed to realize the one thing that needed saving most of all. You, Clive. You. You never once took the time to save yourself.
Myself?
Não derruba não,
I
YouTube.
might be beyond saving.
No one is beyond saving, provided they want to be saved. You fight to survive. And you survive so that you may protect those you love. It's what you do. What you've always done. And I know you're not about to change. So I'm going to help you. To give you what you need to protect us all.
Jill. Are you sure? If this is what you want, then...
Don't worry, Clive. It is.
Caralho.
This burden, I'll give you the strength to bear it alone.
But I'm not alone. These burdens I carry, my sins, my pain, my sorrow, I see now that they are all a part of me.
Ganhou a Jill e ganhou a Shiva, hein? 2 em 1.
If I'm to continue on, having pledged my life to those I love, then I will gladly bear your burdens too, until my last breath.
Clive.
I promise you, Jill, we will find a way to escape this fate. Find a way to save each other. That we might one day look upon the moon again, together.
And I promise you, Clive, that I will be there, no matter what you must become.
I know. I never thought a smile could bring me So much joy.
Eita, corpos desnudos. Mas segundo casal mais bonito de Final Fantasy, né? E o primeiro não é Claudine Aerith. O primeiro é Yuna e Tidus. Final Fantasy X.
What of Barnabas? Do we pursue him?
No. Our paths will cross again soon enough. Whether we like it or not. Besides, there is something we must do first.
Casar.
Of course. Drake's spine. The last mother crystal.
The Einherja is at the bottom of the sea. Waloed won't dare move on Storm without her. But they know we're coming now. We'll need a plan. And a damn good one at that.
Then let's go home and find one. Ash will have to wait.
Cinza mesmo, tá tudo devastado pela praga. Tá louco. Become one. Promessa. Tá pro esconderijo.
Mid says Odin split the sea in two. She's always been partial to a tall tale. But there's tall, and then there's tall.
I struggle to believe it myself.
I see your uncle isn't with you.
He stayed with the Enterprise. After our brush with the Einherja, she was in urgent need of repair. And my uncle knows a shipwright in Randalar. We're to join him there when we're ready to sail for Ash.
You sure that's wise? Last I heard, the place was still overrun with a Kashyyyk.
Show me a city where that isn't true. Ultima's plague is spreading.
We're running out of time, aren't we? We've done our best to shore up the hideaway. But I doubt a few planks will stop what's coming. Still, we'll keep at it. Every little helps, I suppose.
Let's hope so.
Poder de gelo. Clive adquiriu uma porção da essência da Eikon Shiva. Olha aí, talento icônico Onda Gelada da Shiva. Pode ser usado para se mover rapidamente para a esquerda, direita, para frente e para trás. Para se esquivar de ataques ou se aproximar de um inimigo.
I should visit Joshua. Assuming Talia will allow it.
Vamos dar uma olhada aqui. Olha, Torgal. Ó. Babu. Incorporado, então aqui em cima vai ficar o Odin. Vamos ver o que tem aqui. Aqui é onda gelada. Olha! Congela e puxa. Isso é maneiro, hein? Oh. Ó, isso é roubado pra quebrar, hein? Pó de diamante, yoga. Isso aqui é bom pra dano. Isso aqui seria interessante, mas é meia bomba. Então, o negócio é esse. E esse. Mas. E aí, o que seria bom, hein? Uma combinação boa, hein? Aqui é dano. Aqui é break. Aqui é break também, hein? 3. Aqui é super dano. Giga flama. É, então pode ser Bahamut e... Bahamut e Shiva. Vou fazer uma de Bahamut e Shiva, fica bom, hein? Mas é lógico que primeiramente a gente vai dominar isso aqui. Garuda agora tá o terror, mano. Então, vamos fazer um slot aqui. Então, aqui a gente vai trocar pra Shiva. A gente vai colocar aqui Era do Gelo. E aqui... Ah, só tem hipnose por enquanto, né? Olha. E aqui eu vou colocar Bahamut. Esse aqui dá 3 de dano, então vou usar esse aqui da... Esse dá 3 de break. Que aí a gente inverte as polaridades. E aí eu tenho que aprender as outras coisas, né? O que eu vou precisar aqui? Vou precisar primeiro de 1940 e 2730. Eita. Vale a pena, vale a pena. Então vamos dar uma verificada aqui. Tem side quest aqui. Os aposentos do Clive. Tem uma side quest aqui. Quer ver que vai o Blackthorn de novo.
Here you go.
Império Sabrek. Província Imperial de Rosaria. República de Dalmek.
Always something in there.
Muitas sidequests. Vamos ver como é que tá as caçadas. Por enquanto só o Bomba. Nada de novo. Bomba e os Rank S. Então vou segurar nas caçadas. Vamos começar a fazer as sidequests.
Heard the bad news then, did you?
What bad news?
About Dravost. Blackthorn's old horn. With the forge and all that. Well, anyway, the mines just down the road from there are spewing out ether like no one's business.
And the village?
Safe from the flood for now, but they've got other problems. Akashic. Every creature in the area is either turned, or on the way to turning, apparently. Zoltan and the others are living on borrowed time. They need help, and quick. Doris sent a few curse breakers to keep an eye on things, but there's only so much a couple of scouts can do. Except get eaten. If something ain't done soon, the whole place will be overrun.
I won't let that happen.
Didn't think you would.
Does Blackthorn know?
I thought it might be better if he didn't. He'd only do something stupid. You reckon we should tell him?
No. It's better this way.
Yeah, well, I can't stand about knowing what's happening out there, so I'm off. I'll see you in Dravost.
Casa de Ferreiro 4, filho. Mais um capítulo da novela do Blackthorn. Tá, então aqui eu já vou deixar os equipamentos. Deixar aqui, porque senão eu vou esquecer e ir pra porradaria sem nada.
Covered in nicks and lumps.
Cadê meu diário? Meu diário. Ciência bizarra, que é o Bomba Rex. Não preciso do Bomba Rex agora.
Come back.
Cadê? Igor? Tá lá pensando no Joshua. Pepinas.
Oh, don't tell me we've run out of
Stew's awfully thin these days.
Mesa de leitura. Vamos lá. Capitã Doris. Eu e os outros rompe-maldição estamos preocupados com o bem-estar da nossa capitã. Apesar do descontentamento que as recentes investigações causaram a ela, a senhora Doris recusa qualquer oferta de ajuda. Se não for muito incômodo, peço que converse com a capitã e descubra o que a está afetando tanto.
There's no way of knowing if Doris will confide in me. But I can speak to her at least.
Tem coisa nova aqui com a Karen? Aparentemente não. Mas com o Blackthorn.
So what do I owe the honor? So will it be?
Oh. Espada gélida. Gostei, hein?
No
Faremos.
scratches, right?
Faremos. O que mais que a gente pode fazer? Cinto rúnico. Fazer um.
Not bad, if I do say so myself. You can thank me later.
Criação. Agora a gente tem esses crescentes rúnicos aqui, né? Que os filhos de Ouroboros a gente não consegue fazer ainda porque falta ingredientes.
No scratches, right? You can thank me later. That it?
Beleza.
Fine.
Posso vender, né? Deixa eu ver.
Trouble with your gear, or what do you want?
Ah não, aqui eu
Anything
só
else?
consigo reforçar. Deixa eu...
Let me tell you a story, Clive.
Assim, do nada?
Right.
Them rumours Wetlegs were spreading. Might be they weren't just tales plucked out of thin air. You see, there were a time when I weren't too particular about who I sold steel to, so long as they paid me the right price. Some women lust after blood, others after flesh, but me, I were always one for gold. And to satisfy that lust, I sold to opposing armies, stabbed my every client in the back, made myself the most hated woman in the twins. But then one day I met a man who made me a different kind of offer. Said he'd give me access to a realm-wide community of like-minded individuals in constant need of steel and sundries. On the condition I sold to him and his alone.
Was that the first time you met Sid?
Aye. and I fell right into his damn trap. He was true to his word, so I ended up being true to mine, and I soon started making the best profits I've seen since taking up the trade. And all without aiding or abetting any outlaws. Except Sid himself, that is. Told me about his plan to topple the mother crystals, you know. Said that with them gone, the realm would want for all manner of things. An opportunity for the likes of me to mint gil. Why, I reckon an enterprising individual could find himself the richest dam in the twins. And that's when he had me. I emptied my stores that day and moved into the hideaway proper. And the rest, as they say, is ancient bloody history. A dozen years on, and I'm still not the richest dam. Not for lack of trying, mind. But I can say, I have never been happier. You've all shown me there are some things more precious than gil.
That there are.
So don't you go messing it all up. Or you'll have me to answer to.
Caralho, tomou intimada da Carol. Aí é foda, parceiro.
Aye, it's a dangerous world out there.
O que temos aqui? Algo de novo?
Come again. Oh,
É,
don't.
mas eu não vim pra
I'm not
olhar.
much bothered. Still alive, are ya?
Eu vim pra vender. Espada de coral. Espada antiga. Esse aqui eu posso...
You got out else? I'll be thankful you got that much. I reckon I can find a buyer. I'll be thankful you got that much. I reckon I can find a buyer. Finished, are you? The stew's awful.
Ah, tem mais uma side quest por aqui.
These days.
What do you expect? Farmers are abandoning...
Essas espadas, elas são bonitas, cara. Essa aqui lembra a espada do Odin. Espada gélida. Mas nada supera essa aqui, né? Nada. Esse trambolho. Mais alguma coisa por aqui? Vamos fazer a quest então.
Come back.
Where are you?
Can I help you, Sid?
I'm looking for Doris. Is she here?
I'm afraid not. She's at Martha's Rest on a job. My job, actually. When she heard what the mission was, she insisted on going herself. Alone.
Did she? What was the mission?
Following up on some new information. Once they'd settled in, the bearers you helped liberate in the Dragon's Eyrie were keen to talk about their imprisonment. And about their captor.
The slaver Cole's team were tracking when they were attacked by the Beastmen. I'll go and find her. She's at Martha's Rest, you say?
If she's not moved on already, yes. I hope everything's all right.
Why would Doris insist on going alone? Maybe Cole...
Rota dourada, o que tem aqui? Quests, muitas quests. Eikon setentrional. Setentrional. Um break oriental. Repouso da Marta.
Doris should be somewhere nearby. Assuming she's still here.
Ah, Clive. I was just about to send for you. I'd like you to take something to Sir Wade up in Eastpool. Seeds for planting. Thought it was about time they started growing their own food. I'll keep providing them with whatever they need in the meantime, of course. But if Eastpool's going to survive, it's got to be able to fend for itself. As of those poor bearers. They've lived their whole lives in servitude, but now they're their own masters. Small wonder they ain't got the foggiest how to provide for themselves. So it's up to us to teach them. And if you're wondering why you, well, the wagoneers taking supplies up that way have been coming back with more and more reports of Akashic around the village of late. Sir Wade's putting a brave face on it, but I think even he's starting to worry. And if he's likely to share those concerns with anyone, it's you.
All right.
Thanks. Wouldn't ask if I didn't have to. There. That should be enough to keep him in Gazal Greens for a few years at least.
Gazal Greens?
Not the most mouth-watering crop, I'll admit. But they're hardy, they grow fast, and they fill a hole. Better that than something that'll wither away at first frost. And chocobos love 'em too, which is no small thing. When I say all of us need to pull together to get Eastpool back on its feet, I mean all of us. They ain't exactly succulent, but cook 'em right and they're just about bearable.
I'll take your word for it.
Anyway, Sir Wade'll know what to do with them. And if he don't, well, I'll go up there and show him myself.
I'm sure you will.
Reavivando a Chama 2.
It doesn't still hurt, does it?
Oh, 1,000 Akashic jars. Just because the heavens have gone to wreck and ruin, it don't mean we have to. Now, let's get this stall set out.
It's been a pleasure, Doris. Just like old times.
I'll give your offer some thought, my lady.
How goes the investigation?
Sid, what brings you to Martha's Rest?
You. I heard you were out here on your own, tracking our slaver. I trust you're being careful.
Of course. And it had to be me. The bearers from the Dragon's Eyrie confirmed a long-held suspicion of mine that the slaver we've been tracking is an old acquaintance. She's no fool. If we'd come in force, she would have spotted us straight away, and then vanished without a trace.
That was her just now, wasn't it? So, was it a fruitful reunion?
I'd say so. She tried to recruit me. Seems her time in Rosaria is coming to an end. She's abducted bearers from across the region and is looking to smuggle them back into Sambrec. After her brush with those beastmen on the road to Northreach, she hired herself an Imperial escort, which she wants me to join. She's dangerous, Sid, but I think I can stop her.
Then I'm going with you. I'll take care of the escort. You can see the bearers to safety. Where are they?
The Baum Archers, soon to break camp. You go on ahead. I'll follow once I've sent word back to the hideaway.
Tem um obelisco pertinho. Acho que ir pelas docas vai ser mais rápido. É. As docas vai ser mais rápido. É pra cá. Opa, peraí.
Get it, boy. Ready, go? Faster! Time to fight.
Vale da Chalupa. E eu tenho certeza que você já tentou ler alguma vez como Vale da Chulapa.
Good. They haven't broken camp yet. How did Doris come to know a slaver, I wonder?
We've waited long enough. She's not coming. Ready the bearers. We're leaving.
Back to civilization, is it, Mom?
With all haste. Lest any of you lackwits start talking like these feckless bumpkins. I presume your men are ready. We've suffered too many delays as it is. Any more and I'll be docking your pay.
Yes, Mom.
Oh, but before you go, it appears we have company. Kill him.
Vila genérica, terceira
You're welcome
categoria.
to try.
Gemidão. Perdeu, brother.
So much for your escort.
You'll forgive me for not avenging my men. I'm not the swordswoman I used to be. I surrender. Do with me as you wish, Sid the Outlaw.
Sid.
Ah, Doris. I take it you're not here to rescue me from our brooding renegade? You know, I always wondered where you'd vanished to. But casting your lot with this criminal of all people.
Better fighting for a cause than killing for coin. I'm sorry, Sid. I should have told you sooner. This woman, my former master, once trained bearer children to be weapons in service of the highest bidder. She raised me like a daughter, and I did terrible things to earn her favor.
It wasn't all terrible, surely. We had our fun, too. You were always so eager to learn, and had such clever hands. All my other children took either to the blade or to the books. Always either or. But you proved yourself a master of both. That's why I kept you for my own. How about it, my little dagger? Care to swear that blade to me again?
I never swore my blade to you, nor will I ever. I fight for a higher cause. To liberate the bearers of this world. Farewell, Master. Thank you for making me the weapon I am.
You always were a righteous child. Perhaps that's the reason I loved you so.
What do you want to do with her?
I am not the killer she wanted me to be. Not anymore. And she no longer has friends in high places. The Dame does, though. Her connections at the Imperial Court will see that justice is done.
All right. If you're certain.
I am. And thank you for everything. Now, I better let these bearers know that they're safe.
Eu pensei que ia deixar passar a velha batida aí. Apronta e deixa ela embora.
And I should head back to the hideaway and put Cole's mind at ease.
Algum tempo depois.
Welcome back, Sid. Doris's message just arrived. I hear you saved more bearers from being smuggled across the border.
With any luck, they'll be joining us in the hideaway shortly. Oh, and your letter. You don't need to worry about Doris anymore.
I'd been hoping as much. She mentioned one or two things in her report. So the slaver we'd been chasing all these months was her former master. Wish I'd known. She's been arrested, by the way, over in Sambrek. Went quietly, or so we're told. And she won't be getting off lightly. The Empire may have no love for bearers, but it's none too fond of black market traders either. Can't have been easy for Doris.
I'm sure it wasn't. But don't worry. She'll be all right.
I hope so. Suppose you should know, eh? You had quite the past yourself before you came here, or so I understand. Anyway, thanks again, Sid. The Cursebreakers would be lost without Doris. And you, of course.
Keep up the good work, Cole.
Muito bem, missão concluída. Autodeterminação. Tá, agora eu vou falar com Sir Wade. Lago Leste.
I heard the Guardian saying we're supposed to run.
Ah, Lord Rosfield. What brings you to Eastpool?
A delivery from Martha.
These are Gizal green seeds. Martha's keen to cut the apron strings then, is she? I jest, of course. You see, I had thought we might be able to revive the old wheat fields, but they'd long since gone to seed, only without the seeds.
Martha was hoping he might be able to show the bearers how to plant and tend these, so that they'll be able to fend for themselves.
That's not a bad idea. These bearers had only recently escaped their bonds before we brought them here. They know little of freedom, of providing for themselves and their loved ones. Unless we teach them how to live like free men, I fear that all we have achieved in bringing them here is to exchange one master for another. Not that myself and the Guardians have been the best example to them so far, subsisting almost entirely on Martha's charity as we do. It's about time we all started to provide for ourselves, bearers and Guardians alike. Unfortunately, we've been a little too busy of late to focus on much besides bolstering our defenses. There have been alarming reports of...
The Horde is closing in. They're coming, so wait, all of them.
Time it all. I thought we'd have more time. Gather the men in the square. Send to the rest for reinforcements.
Yes, Sir Wade.
The Horde.
A Kashik, a veritable legion of them. They've been seen prowling around the northern reaches for a while now. We don't have the numbers to hold back a swarm that size. I had hoped to build a perimeter wall so that myself and the Guardians might be able to defend the village, but...
Now you're out of time.
Precisely. If reinforcements from the rest arrive before they do, we may just scrape through, but I fear that's rather an enormous if.
What if you could call on reinforcements from Eastpool?
You mean the bearers? We brought them here so they might live, not die fighting for their lives.
So wait. You said you lacked men to defend the village. Are the bearers not men? Do they not wish to see Eastpool saved? Though they may not be trained soldiers like your guardians. What help they are able to offer could still prove the difference between victory and defeat.
You're right, my lord. I will appeal to them. My friends, I humbly beg your aid. We Guardians are few and our enemies many. But I swear we can defeat them with you at our side.
You would send us to the slaughter, to serve as bait for those fiends so that you and your men might be spared. And to think we trusted you. Say what you will, a home is not worth dying for.
But it is worth fighting for. Sir Wade fights to give you lot a chance. Just like I do. Just like Sid does. We all wanted to give you a home where you could be free. And you got one, didn't you? This place, Eastpool. This is your village. Your home. And if you don't fight to protect what's yours, you'll lose it. You know I'm right. This world wants to take everything from you. Everything. Your homes, your freedom, your very lives. So then, are you going to stand by and let that happen to you? Are you going to accept fate like good little Bran did and die, having never stood up for yourselves? Or will you fight like free men and women?
What are you doing?
All right. Give me a sword. I never dreamt I'd have a home of my own. And now that I have, I don't want to lose it. I will protect what's mine, or die trying.
We all will. Free men and women, fighting together. For Eastpool! For Eastpool!
É, a frigideira jogou a moral lá no alto, filho.
Thank you, Martha.
Don't mention it. Just promise me one thing. That you'll show them how freeborn fight.
Gladly.
Well, if it was numbers you were lacking, you certainly won't be now.
Thanks to you.
Me? Oh, I just love the sound of my own voice.
Lord Rosfield, my lady, we're ready.
So what's the plan of action?
We'll divide our forces into several small detachments, each made up of guardians, bearers, and guards from the rest. These will position themselves at strategic points around the village. Upon engaging with the Akashic, each detachment will keep the creatures occupied as best they can, steadily retreating all the while.
You're going to lure them into the village?
I am. We will have neither the time nor the resources to treat the wounded, so injuries must be avoided at all costs. Instead, we will focus purely on defense at first. By coordinating our withdrawal through the use of messengers drawn from among the bearers, we will aim to have the swarm converge at a point of our choosing. With luck, that point will be the village square, the perfect place for our most able warriors to surround them and fall upon them, and for you and I to finish them off.
A sound plan, but one that'll require a leader with a cool head and strong nerves to coordinate the retreat. I'd say you have both in abundance, Sir Wade, but you'll be needed. Please, leave the last of the fighting to me.
Ha! And let you have all the glory.
Sir Wade! They're here!
Then you know what you must do. We work together, everyone playing their part, each shielding the other that no man might fall, that Eastpool might live on. For Rosaria!
For Rosaria!
We've no time to argue, my lord. I'll do as you ask.
And I will do as you ask.
Suppose we'd better do our bit too then, eh?
Right you are, Martha.
The calm before the storm.
Galerinha.
And here it comes.
Partiu.
Not let this village fall.
Nossa!
Get him! Stay down! Get him! Over here!
Boa, já dá pra comprar mais uma skill.
Looks like that's the last of them.
Lord Rosfield! Change of plan!
What is it?
Owl from the rest. An Akashic curl's been sighted on Rhiannon's ride and is headed in their direction.
Well, the better half of her guard is here. So wait, how many Akashic remain in Eastpool?
Hard to say. My men are still facing some resistance, but I think the worst is behind us. I could order a detachment or two to fall back and...
No. Let them finish the job. You stay here too, Sir Wade. Your men need you. I'll go after the Curl. Join me only when Eastpool is won.
If you're sure, my lord. May the Founder protect you.
Next one's mine. I might not know.
Let's go. Fly, Ambrosia. All right.
Boah.
There it is. With me, Torgal. Now, Torgal! This one. Torgal, kill!
Tranquilito. Com isso, a ponto de habilidade só empilhando. Isso aqui é bom.
All right. Back to Eastpool.
Lord Rosfield, the Curl, is it?
It's dead.
Thank the Founder for that. And for you, my lord. We were able to eradicate the rest of the Horde. I have guardians posted around the village to keep watch for further attacks, but all seems quiet for now. I hesitate to say it, but I think it might be over.
I think it might.
We did it. We saved Eastpool. Thank you, my friends. Thank you.
No, Sir Wade. It's us who should be thanking you. You brought us together. Showed us what it means to fight for what you hold dear.
We never had nothing to call our own before. We didn't know what it meant to protect it, but now we do. We really do.
Forgive us, Sir Wade. You and your people saved us, and still we doubted you. But there's no doubt in my mind anymore. We're free men now, so we have to start acting like it. We have to fight to protect what's ours, to protect Eastpool. And we shall. We all shall. Together. This is our home. And if anyone or anything tries to take it away, they'll have us to answer to.
Come on then. Let's get to work.
This village isn't gonna rebuild itself.
Aí, todo mundo animado. Pô, assim que é bom. O recomeço.
They're not slaves anymore.
No. They're Rosarians. Your father took pity on the bearer's plight, and I believe if he were still with us today, this is what he would have wanted.
I believe you might be right.
I shall remain here, my lord, and do what I can to help rebuild the village. After all, this is my home now too, and I could hardly call myself an East Poolian if I didn't pull my weight.
I think you'll find it's East Pudlian, Sir Wade. But you should be proud all the same. I'll have to pull my weight too. Can't have the rest getting outclassed. Speaking of which, I ought to be getting back.
Can we continue to count on your support, Martha?
Of course, and I'll be counting on yours too. Us Rosarians have got to stick together, haven't we?
Indeed we have.
And Clive, come by the Golden Stables when you get the chance. I ain't paid you for delivering them seeds yet.
All right. I will.
Lord Rosfield, do you remember our very first mission together? Clearing the goblins from the Stillwind marshes?
How could I forget?
There's one sight that I shall never forget. You, facing off against that giant Morble. Not a trace of fear on your face. Since that day, there have been more than a few times when I felt like giving up. When the odds seemed so stacked in the enemy's favor, I thought I may as well just lay down my sword and surrender. But every time, I would think back to the look in your eyes that day and remember what it means to be a shield. Know that whatever trials Eastpool may face, I shall never lose courage. Thanks to you.
So Wade, you have always been a true shield. I know that Eastpool, and indeed all of Rosaria, will be safe in your hands.
Thank you, my lord. I know the rest of the world will be safe in yours.
I'll do my best.
Muito bem. Mais uma side quest finalizada. Sucesso.
The hero returns. It's lucky you came by when you did, eh? Not only did my seeds get delivered, but you went and saved Eastpool and all.
I just did what I could.
And it's only right that you get rewarded for it. Take it before I change my mind.
Thank you, Martha.
So, Eastpool's finally back on its feet again. And a home to free bearers. Who'd have thought we'd see the day, eh?
Well, it was your idea.
I know that, but I never stopped to think what it would mean. Bearers in charge of themselves, thinking for themselves, working for themselves. Like your hideaway, but not even hidden away. Though I suppose the rest ain't much different nowadays. You know, bearers living free like that reminds me of when I first met Sid. Loath as I am to recall that particular day.
I take it you didn't always see eye to eye. What happened?
Well, if you really want to know, I started doing what I do long before I met Sid. In fact, that's how I met him. Or at least how he came to meet me. He showed up at the stables one day, asking questions about who'd been buying up bearers. Founder knows what he thought I was doing with them. Running a hunt, poking around in their innards. Something awful anyway. Me, I thought he was a new constable. Thought the game was up. But somehow we both managed to work out what each other was about. And before I knew it, the cheeky arse was rattling on at me about how I was doing it all wrong. After all my hard work. Told me I was giving them relief, but not freedom. That my bearers were still dying as slaves. Got right under my skin, it did. Told him if he didn't like it, he could bugger off and report me to the garrison. And you know what he did? He smiled. And then he laughed. And then I did the same. We made a pact that day, that whenever one of us was in need, the other would always be there for him.
And you were?
Well, we both wanted the same thing. To make life better for bearers. Just like your dad. Do you know I was born right around the time Elwyn became Archduke? Growing up, I saw how he tried to change things. He certainly didn't lack for ambition, that one.
Indeed. But the loftier one's ambitions, the harder they are to achieve. Which is why those of us who follow in their footsteps need to finish what people like Sid and my father started.
Suppose you're right, aye. And if we don't manage it, there's always them who come after us. Good thing we've got a few half-decent sorts waiting in the wings, eh? It's almost enough to give you a little bit of hope.
Just a little.
Anyway, enough nattering. Better get back to work. Let's see about making everyone some dinner, shall we? The least the folks who saved Eastpool deserve is a hot meal. And you and me ain't gonna save the world on an empty stomach neither.
That sounds like a wonderful idea.
Missão concluída. Aí, subimos de nível. 41. Placa do repouso da Marta, vai lá pro esconderijo. Tá, qual que é o próximo lugar que a gente vai, hein? Aqui tem alguma coisa? Não, né? Bomba Rex, tá? Então, vamos aqui. Aqui tem o que, hein? Eu sempre abro o mapa errado. Aí. No véu. Tem uma parada ali. Conversa com a dama.
But there were ghosts at the gates not days ago. Those things I said before about not being able to fight.
Oh, Clive. What am I to do? My wards and I may soon be without a home.
What's happened?
The High Cardinal has descended from his lofty throne and taken up residence here in Northreach.
The High Cardinal?
Leader of the Council of Elders, second only to his Radiance at the head of the Imperial government. Not that any of those things still exist. Now he goes by his noble title, the Duke of Oriflamme.
And what does he want with Northreach?
He wants to transform it into a military stronghold. A foundation upon which to build a new Sambrek. He's already secured the support of the various army remnants, with promises that they shall be afforded the respect they deserve in his empire. One built on the confiscated property of the people.
He would rob the populace to pay for it.
Believe me, I have used every means of persuasion to discourage him from this folly. But for whatever reason, he will not listen to me.
What does Captain Philippe make of this? When the town was under attack, it was him the soldiers rallied around. Couldn't he use that influence again?
How?
By speaking out against one of the most powerful men in Sambrec. A man whose stated aim is to revive the empire Philippe's comrades swore to serve, and to improve the soldiers' lot within it. The captain can offer them a regular supply of gruel, and an occasional trip to the Vale to help them forget the terrors they face each day. The Duke offers them a vision of strength and safety. No. Any attempt to incite mutiny would cost Philippe the support of his men. If it did not cost him his life. But given the mood around town, mutiny may yet be unavoidable. The people have little appetite for further deprivation. Least of all when it serves only to elevate others.
And who could blame them?
Clive, would you appeal to the Duke on my behalf? For your services to Northreach, you have the respect of the soldiers, and they will take you to His Eminence if you ask them. And unlike Philippe, no bonds of loyalty prevent you from speaking your mind to the man. Well, will you try? You could hardly fare any worse than I did.
Bora.
I'll see what I can do.
Thank you, Clive.
Tell me then, where will I find this Duke of Oriflamme? In the garrison?
Overseeing the troops, yes.
All right. Wish me luck.
Bora. Se ele não ouvir, a gente dá meia dúzia de tapa no ouvido dele. Tudo certo.
At the remembrance ceremony. Let's hope I didn't make a strong impression.
As long as you remain,
Halt! Oh, sorry about that. You're the dame's man, aren't you? You got some business with the captain?
No, actually. With the Duke. I was hoping I might be able to speak with him.
We're under orders not to let any civilians pass. But you should be all right. His Eminence has heard all about you and your heroics. Wait here. I'll go and ask.
Ó, o Duque com mullets.
So, you are the sellsword who lent his aid to the garrison. The Empire owes you a debt, and I shall see it repaid. But tell me, is it wealth that you seek, or favor?
Neither, Your Eminence. I thought only to inquire about your plan to turn Northreach into a stronghold.
Ah, I see. You are worried the expanded garrison will render your services redundant. Yet you needn't be. A proud fighting man like yourself shall always have a place here. Pride of place, in fact. For too long has the contribution of the noble soldier been under-reckoned. But no more. For it is they who shall see the Holy Empire rebuilt, beginning right here in Northreach.
Why here, Your Eminence?
The town has been fortunate enough to escape largely unscathed from the recent troubles. Her defenses are sound, and her garrison well prepared. Which is more than can be said for Oriflamme or Twinside. The Empire wants for a capital, and I believe Northreach to be the perfect place. With Caer Norvent as her citadel. Once we have seen to the refortification of both the town and the castle, we need only build a wall around both to create a city that would be the envy of the twins. Plans are already underway for the construction. Soon enough, these thralls shall learn that they are no match for the might of Sanbreque.
I fear you underestimate how dangerous these creatures are, Your Eminence. Should they return in force, you will need all the people of Northreach to come together in defense of the town. Something they may be loath to do if they've been deprived of their worldly goods.
The people will do as their leaders command.
If Sanbreque is to be rebuilt, she will require a functioning government. One whose authority is beyond question. That is why this levy is necessary. So that any man who wishes to join the army might do so and be fed, outfitted, and paid as befits a defender of the Empire. And yet there are those who persist in peddling the treasonous lie that I seek to steal from the people and drive them from their homes.
I suspect they're afraid of losing what little they have left.
Precisely. The common folk have little and less, and you mean to deprive them of even that.
Espírito
You would sow the
implacável.
seeds of your new empire in your own salted earth.
Sabine, we have discussed this.
Yes, and I told you then how putting the empire before her citizens would lead only to revolt.
Without an empire, there are no citizens.
And in yours, there will be only beggars. Is that what Griga wills for her people?
Do not take her name in vain, Sabine.
I'll come back later. A citizens' revolt. I wonder what the people really think of the Duke's plan. It wouldn't hurt to ask them, I suppose.
Caralho,
Let's begin with those on the other side of the wall.
os dois começaram a discutir, Clive só meteu o pé. Clive mandou aquela, mas nem que eu vou ficar aqui. Tô fora.
All right there. What is it you're after, sir?
Just your opinion, actually. I wondered what you thought of the Duke of Oriflamme.
Oh, him. Not much. None of us traders do. It's thanks to nobles like him that we had to set up shop this side of the wall in the first place. Couldn't have the rabble getting any closer to the holy capital, could they? And now he's trying to drive us out completely, threatening to take everything we got from us if we don't clear off. If the dame said she wanted him run out of town, I'd be straight through that checkpoint, tar bucket in hand.
Aí sim, hein? Só a dama comandar. Bobinas.
And what can I do for you? I do like a customer who knows what he wants. An excellent choice. I do like a customer who knows what he wants. An excellent choice. You've a keen eye.
Comprei tudo.
I've been hearing a lot of talk about a certain Duke.
Nothing good, I'll wager. Going around acting like he owns the place. And with hardly a word to the dame. This is her town, not his.
I take it you'd rather she was in charge.
As far as I'm concerned, she still is. Just need his eminence to sod off back to Oriflamme.
Marquesa Dama. É isso que tem que fazer. Chefe do rincão.
I heard the dame got an Eikon to rid the meadows of those ghasts.
Oh, come now. She surely cannot count a dominant amongst her clients. Can she?
Ah, esse Chocobo tá alerta, não tá relaxado não. Esse aqui tá cansadinho.
A question, if you don't mind. What do you think of the Duke of Oriflamme?
Don't get me started. Build a life for yourself somewhere, only for some noble to turn up and tell you you've got to hand it all over to him. If he thinks his name and his chains give him the right to empty our purses, he's in for a rude awakening. We'll do whatever it takes to keep what's ours. Whatever it takes.
Well, the people seem united enough. What about the soldiers?
There were ghosts at the gates not days ago.
You needn't fret. The creatures have been dealt with.
Those things I said before about not being able to fight.
Excuse me, do you have a moment? I wondered if you'd mind sharing your thoughts on the Duke of Oriflamme.
Well, he's made a lot of enemies coming in the way he did. But I mean, look around us. You can see the state the realm's in. The traders might not like having the screws put on them, but if they volunteered a few more of their hard-earned gil before things got bad, maybe they wouldn't have to. I think the Duke's got a point when he says rebuilding the Empire's the best way of making sure we're all protected. And if that means people who don't know one end of a sword from another have to make way for those who do, well, that's just how it goes.
Esse é um cara conformado.
As long as you remain, the Veil will see to your needs.
You're the one who was talking to His Eminence.
On the Dame's behalf, yes. I was trying to persuade him not to take the people's goodwill for granted, but it seems my words fell on deaf ears. What do you think of his plans?
I'm a soldier, mate. He tells me what to do, not the other way round. Listen, I've got nothing but respect for the Dame, but I've got a family to look after. That's where my loyalties lie, not with the town or the Empire, but with my wife and children. If the Duke can get us the men and the equipment we need to fight off those blue-skinned bastards, I don't care how he does it.
Esse aí tá com o foda-se ligado no talo. Nós estamos discutindo até agora.
I hear the Duke of Oriflamme plans to turn this town into some sort of fortress. Do you think that's a good idea?
It's not for me to say. All I know is that unless the Emperor orders me otherwise, His Eminence's word is law. Look, no one likes all these taxes and tariffs, but empires don't come for free. Once Sanbreque is back on her feet, we'll all reap the benefits.
Let's see what Philippe makes of all this.
Cadê tu, Filipão? Vai. Ah, tá aqui.
Captain, do you have a moment?
For you? Certainly. Clive, wasn't it? Thank you for last time. How can I help you?
I wanted to ask you about the Duke of Oriflamme. Do you intend to go along with his plan?
But to tell you the truth, I'm in two minds. It's my sworn duty as a captain of the Imperial Army to obey his orders. But I can't say I agree with him.
Philippe, I remember you saying that you became a soldier to protect the people you loved. The Dame included.
That's right, I did.
Well, she doesn't agree with the Duke's orders either. She thinks they could tear Northreach apart.
And she's probably right. Thank you, Clive. I know what I need to do now. Protecting the people I love is what matters. Doesn't matter how. Well, duty calls, so I better go. Thanks again.
Caralho, vai chegar na alta. Violência. Felipe escolheu a violência em nome do amor.
It seems Philippe wants to do the right thing at least. I expect Isabel will be pleased to hear that, if nothing else.
Ah, Clive. How did you fare? Were you able to speak with the Duke?
I was, but
Foi bonito, não.
So Northreach is to be a fortress after all. Well, it will certainly help to hold back the thralls. There's no denying that. Though I doubt it will come as much consolation to the townspeople whose worldly goods are confiscated to pay for it. They deserve to be heard, Clive. To have a say in this new empire the Duke means to build.
sadly His Eminence values their obedience more than their opinions, and hopes to reassert the authority of the state. I fear he sees the people as mere pawns on his chessboard to be sacrificed for the greater good. Needless to say, they themselves are of a different opinion, and would rather their destinies were in your hands. The soldiers, meanwhile, are content to follow their orders. And not just because of the Duke's rank, but because of his vision.
I thought as much. Had I sworn to protect Sambrek, I dare say I too would want nothing more than to see it rise from the ashes. Thank you for trying. But the battle is lost.
I don't know about that.
What happened to your uniform?
I handed it in, along with my resignation. Told the lads I wished them well, but that I owe it to those I love to call it a day.
But why?
Because I realize what really matters to me. Not following some nobleman's orders for the sake of it, but protecting what I care about. Protecting Northreach. I honestly don't know when those monsters will return, but I'm certain they're not finished with us yet. And when they do come back, we need to be ready for them. We need to stand together, all of us. And with you to lead us, milady, I reckon we can do it. It was you who finally convinced me, Clive. There's no point following orders if they go against everything you believe.
Indeed.
All of us, standing together. That has always been Northreach's best hope, and one which still lies within our grasp. We have only to turn our attentions to the true enemy. Thank you, Philippe, for showing me what I must do.
Anything for you, milady. Speaking of standing together, would you mind if I borrowed a few of the lads from the Vale to help keep watch around the town? I fear His Eminence has loftier tasks in mind for the guard.
Not at all. Be my guest.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Ok, né?
There may be hope for Northreach yet. Especially with men like you and Philippe to champion our cause. I, for my part, shall continue to work upon the Duke, in the stubborn belief that I might still tempt him into joining hands. But I suspect I shall have to call upon your aid again. Until then, Clive.
Until then.
Amarra o velho na cadeira, enche ele de bordoada, rapidinho ele desiste. Olha aí, 2000. Vamos lá, upgrades. Upgrades. Então, primeira habilidade que eu vou liberar. Essa aqui. Pó de diamante. Agora, a gente vem aqui nos equipamentos. E faz isso aqui, ó. Pó de diamante. Shiva, e depois só vai faltar, ó, a outra do Bahamut. Vai ter um novo set equipadaço. Então aqui a gente tem mais alguma coisa aqui no rincão? Não. Podemos sair daqui. Para... Agora é tudo em Dalmec, né? Aqui em Boclad, o que tem aqui? Tem uma aqui, vamos lá. Grandes Mudanças 2. Continuação de tudo. Oh, cadê? Eu tenho que falar com quem? Pera aí.
What's happened?
Ah, Clive. You'll be pleased to know that the negotiations are progressing well.
That is good news.
Yes. Our comrade in Randala has just sent word that the contract should be signed very soon. But I still have much and more to prepare. It's a huge undertaking moving this many bearers at once. You couldn't do me a quick favor, could you?
What is it this time? More wild beasts?
Nothing like that. I just need you to go over to the caravans and ask El how long we have until the bearers arrive. Find out exactly how much faster I need to get all these supplies moved.
All right. I'll go and ask.
Thanks, Clive. I owe you one.
Don't blame yourself, El. This is their fault, not yours.
I know, but...
No buts about it, all right?
Is something wrong?
Vonnie came to give me a message from our intermediary. The talks with the Republican army have fallen through. They've reached an agreement with the Silver Peak Consortium instead. Though prices have fallen of late, we deliberately offered above the going rate to try and deter other bidders. But the Consortium offered double what we did, and the army jumped at the chance.
And you had no opportunity to make a counteroffer?
None at all. And we were so close.
El? What's happened? I saw Vonnie leaving. She didn't look happy.
And with good reason.
Ih, babou.
But I thought we were the only ones the Fist was speaking to about the bearers. How did the Consortium even find out about this?
It's not so surprising. They have ears all over the Republic. This isn't over. The Consortium will have to sell these bearers eventually, and at the price they paid, buyers will be few and far between. I'm going to Randalar myself.
Alone? You sure that's wise?
Are you offering to be my bodyguard? How kind. Meet me at the checkpoint near the capital gates. I'll send an owl ahead and request a meeting. You go to Cashlock, Theo, and get everything ready. We've waited far too long as it is. Even if I fail to free these bearers, there will be others. Someone needs to prepare the place and keep any prowling beasts at bay.
Oh, and that's me, is it?
Oh.
Well, it looks like I'm following orders till she gets back from meeting the Silver Peak Consortium, who've been doing their best to undermine our scheme. She'll never join them after this, surely. No, she said it herself. She still has plans for Cashlock, even if this one falls through. She means to stay with us then. I can't say I'm not happy to hear it, but... is this what she really wants?
You have to trust her.
You're right. It's what she wants now. And if Elle's off fighting for the cause, I should do my part too. So I bid you farewell and safe travels, my friend. I'll gather my men and leave for Cashlock. We'll make sure the place is well stocked and defended. You go to Randalar and see if you can stop my sister biting the Consortium's heads off. If she won't consider her prospects, someone has to.
I'll do my best. All right. To Randalar then.
Randalar. Putz, não tem nenhum beliscozinho.
Keep Eloise waiting.
Tá bom, né? Vamos na bota. Muito louco. O céu. Por causa da maldição do Última. Fica esse céu nublado eterno. Então, de tempos em tempos você tem uma brechinha aqui. entre uma nuvem e outra, aí o sol vem, bate, aí pode reparar que dá uma clareada, aí logo em seguida, ó lá, escurece de novo.
Come on.
É uma salamandra, né? Nada de preocupante.
Be safe.
I hope I didn't keep you waiting. Did you arrange to speak with the consortium?
Here they are now.
You wish to consult with me?
I did. It's about the bearers you recently purchased from the Fist. We had all but finished making arrangements to buy them ourselves, and then you stepped into the fray.
You misunderstand. The consortium had an interest in purchasing them from the very first. It was only our regard for you that kept us from bidding. But your hesitancy in accepting our offer to you suggested that the regard was not mutual. And so we resumed our business.
I did not hesitate. I am simply not inclined to make such decisions without first giving them due consideration. But what is done is done. Come then. How much do you want for them?
Alas, you are too late yet again. We rarely take on such unconventional merchandise without a purchaser in mind. The bearers belong to him now.
Who is your buyer?
A trader from across the water. A most demanding fellow, if it's any consolation. He insisted the bearers be fed, dressed, even given their own bunks for the voyage over. That's what you get when you deal with continental types.
I wouldn't know.
Oh yes, the culture on the continent is quite different to ours. They pay good money for bearers not fit for the knacker's yard, and treat them like kings. But as long as they pay...
That does sound unusual. No matter then. If they've already left our shores, there's little that can be done. Allow me to withdraw my interest. And with it, my interest in joining your organization.
My associates will be sorry to hear that.
I'm sorry you weren't able to save them.
As am I. But I only have myself to blame. He was right, you see. The Silver Peak Consortium did intend to buy those bearers before I did. Their representative hinted at a possible purchase when he came to recruit me. I feigned interest in joining them in the hope he might be encouraged to tell me more. And he did just that. As soon as he left, I sent my own offer to Randalar.
So you never...
No. I entertained the Consortium's proposal solely so I could learn more about those bearers. But I was a fool to think they wouldn't find out. I knew exactly who I was dealing with.
You tried.
I did. And if what he said was true, the bearers are to be well treated. Which is something, at least. But they deserved more. I wanted so badly to see them freed.
Eloise! Eloise! Word from Cashlock. The village is under attack. A pack of beasts have come down from the mountains, and there's a dragon at its head.
Caraca.
Theo and the others are trying to hold them off as best they can, but the odds are against them. They need help, and fast.
Theo!
I'll go on ahead.
Thank you, Clive. I'll gather some men and join you there. Just... make sure he's safe.
Hold on, Theo.
Ambrosia. I can walk from here.
What's the situation?
Where's Theodore?
Upriver! He led the dragon that way to keep it from the village, but the whole area's flooded with ether.
We just have to pray he makes it out in one piece.
I can do better than that. Torgal, with me. Ambrosia won't help me here.
Tô indo pro lugar certo, né? Tô.
Where are you, Theo? Get him! Go for it! Over here! Go for it! Get him! Get him! Go for it! Sick him!
Caraca, que gangue. Chegamos.
Damn it. Breathe is too thick. These creatures have already turned. Now, Torgal!
Combe cura.
It's over. Torgal, kill! I can't waste any more time. I need to find Theodore before that dragon does.
Cadê o dragão? Dragão.
Looks like it's found me. This thing's turned as well. This isn't going to be easy. This one. Waken wind! All yours, Torgal! Now, Torgal!
Nossa!
Too slow. Over here! Now, Torgal! Torgal, kill! Get him! This one. Over here!
Ó, tomou um somersault do Guilherme.
Clive? Theodore, you had me worried for... We have to get you out of here.
I think it might be a little too late for that. Bearer or no, there's only so much ether a man can take, and that Drake just wouldn't let me leave. You have my thanks, Sid, for finishing what I could not. For keeping Elle's dream.
Tadinho, cara.
Theodore! And so will you! Theodore.
Take care of my sister.
Theodore, wait.
Goodbye. Oh.
Ô, louco. Caraca, coitado do menino, velho. Porra, que final. Meu irmão, até a side quest tá degringolando, bicho. Imagina a missão principal.
Thank you, Clive. I think I'll be all right now.
That was true bravery he showed. Leading the dragon away from the village like that. His first instinct was always to protect people. To put others' well-being before his own.
And now he's gone. Because I sent him to that place, against his will.
It wasn't against his will. He was ready to do whatever it took to show you he could stand on his own. So that you would finally be free to live your own life.
To live my own life. He never could come to terms with the choice I made.
What exactly happened? You once told me Theo was the first bearer you ever helped.
We grew up in Canva. We were born to one of the great trading houses. And I was chosen to inherit the family business. I had my father's head for figures, you see. Theo did not. While I studied the art of commerce, he played at soldiers instead. A late bloomer, in more ways than one. For unlike most bearers, it wasn't until his 15th summer that his powers awakened. My parents tried to drive him out of the house and into the care of the constables. But before they could, I took him into mine.
Theo told me something else. He clearly admired your devotion to the cause of freeing others like him from slavery. But he said you deserved a better life than this. He wanted to free you from what he called your bonds, just as you freed him from his.
I would be lying if I said I had not wondered from time to time how much easier my life might have been if I had allowed Theo to be taken and devoted myself to the family business instead. But I have never regretted the decision I made. Being with my brother meant more to me than tradition or reputation. I only had to look at him to remind myself of that night and the choice I made and the fact that I would make the same choice again in a heartbeat. He was never a burden. How could he even think that? If anything, I was the one who weighed him down.
You weren't, Eloise. He said it himself, that he had always been grateful to you for saving him, and that he wanted to repay you by letting you live the life you were denied. Neither you nor Theo weighed each other down. You loved one another. You did whatever was necessary to continue living your lives together, and you always would have.
You're right. All I ever wanted, all I ever did, it was so we could be together. Oh, Theo, why did you have to...
Isso não é choro de superação não, legenda.
I know Theo wanted me to move on. But I'm staying here at the Crimson Caravans to continue our work. We can make a difference here. We can help people. Save them. I need nothing more from life than that. So I'll carry on doing what we do. Ensuring that goods, people, bearers get where they need to be. Bringing smiles to people's faces, just like we always have. And to Theo's, wherever he is. This is the life I have chosen. The life I will always choose.
I've made a choice of my own. To continue helping you however I can. Whenever you need it.
Thank you, Clive. Let's go on together then. For Theodore.
Sim, concluído. Grandes mudanças 2. Grandes mudanças mesmo, né, bicho? Caraca. Placa da caravana de caminho foi lá pro mural do Clive. Mesinha das lembranças.
Eloise isn't the type to give up.
Maybe not.
Então, vou fazer o seguinte. Vamos ver aqui o mapa. Então, tem 1, 2, 3. Só que ainda da Almeca tem mais 3. É isso. Tem mais 3 quests. Dravos. Que é o da Forja, né? O do Blackthorn, Tabor e do Albergue. Beleza. Vamos dar aquela salvada básica. Nível 41. A gente volta para a tela inicial aqui. E por hoje é só. Viu só? Falei que ia ser rápido, não foi rápido. Absolutamente não foi rápido. Foi quase o horário normal que a gente sempre faz, né? De 3 horas, né? Toda vez que eu falo. Então, pode ignorar completamente. Toda vez que eu falar que vai ser rápido, nunca vai ser. Mas é isso. Então, amanhã a gente volta no horário normal. Se espera, né? Se não surgir nenhum imprevisto. A gente volta no horário normal com o Batman Arcanite. A gente continuando as aventuras do Cavaleiro das Trevas. Estamos na retinha final mesmo. Terminando de cumprir. Fazer algumas sidequests lá. Tentando fazer o máximo de sidequests possível para deixar o jogo mais completo possível nas estatísticas, excetuando as coisas do Charada, né? Porque foda-se o Charada. Então amanhã a gente volta e quinta também. Então a partir de umas 7h30, 8 horas estaremos de volta. Você que assistiu até agora, meu muito obrigado pela sua atenção. Considere se inscrever no canal, caso não seja inscrito ainda. E para você que vai assistir isso em algum momento do tempo e espaço, também, meu muito obrigado pela sua atenção. Considere se inscrever no canal, caso não seja inscrito. Então, a todos um bom descanso. Valeu, falou.